Hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm Sam, and it's great to have you here as we continue to demystify the core knowledge of your apprenticeship. In our last session, we explored K1 and established that modern businesses use technology to gain a competitive advantage. That's the why. Today, we're taking the next logical step. We're looking at the how. How do leaders make those crucial, high-stakes decisions about which technology to invest in? Our focus is K2, the principles of strategic decision-making concerning the acquisition or development of digital and technology solutions. This sounds complex, but it boils down to one of the most common, high-impact questions in business. When we need a new system, should we build it ourselves or buy one that already exists? My objective for you today is simple but powerful. I want to help you start thinking like an architect. A builder is essential, they follow the blueprints perfectly. But an architect understands the landscape, the goals, and the trade-offs to help decide what should be built in the first place. This knowledge is your first step into that architect's office. Let's break down what this KSB really means, using my scaffold and ascend method to build your understanding. First, strategic decision-making. The word strategic is key. This isn't a small, technical choice like which font to use on a button. This is a big decision that can cost millions and affect how the company operates for years. It has to be directly linked to the company's main goals. The core of this is the choice between acquisition, which means buying or licensing a ready-made solution, and development, which means building a custom solution from scratch. This is famously known as the build versus buy decision. To make this choice wisely, leaders use business architecture approaches. Don't be put off by the term. These are just special types of maps and models that help them see the whole business clearly, just like an architect needs a blueprint of the entire building, not just one room. And we're going to look at two of the most important examples mentioned in the standard, capability models and target operating models. They could choose to build it themselves. The advantage is creating a solution that is perfectly tailored to the unique way of working. They own it completely, and if it's brilliant, it could become a competitive advantage in itself. The downsides are huge, it's incredibly expensive, it takes a very long time, and there's a significant risk the project could fail. The alternative is to buy a solution that already exists, like Salesforce or HubSpot. The advantages here are speed and cost. You can often have it up and running in weeks, not years, and the initial cost is much lower. The vendor also provides all the support and updates. The main disadvantages are that it might not be a perfect fit for your business, you may have to change your processes to match the software, and you'll likely pay subscription fees forever. You are also completely dependent on that vendor. So how do leaders make these huge build or buy decisions without just guessing? They use a discipline called business architecture. I want you to be very clear, this is different from the software architecture or network architecture we might talk about in a technical team. Business architecture is a much higher level view. It's a set of blueprints that show how the entire organization fits together, its core functions, its business processes, the roles people have, and the technology that supports it all. A great analogy is a city planner. A city planner doesn't worry about the wiring in a single house. They look at the map of the whole city. They see the residential areas, the industrial zones, the transport network, and the power grid. This complete map allows them to make smart, strategic decisions, like where the best place is to build a new school or hospital. Business architecture gives leaders that same kind of map for the organization. One of the most powerful tools in business architecture is a capability model. This is a very simple but profound idea. A capability map shows what a business does, completely separate from the people, processes, or technology it uses to do it. Think about it. Every retail company needs the capability to process online payments. Every company needs the capability to recruit new staff. These are fundamental business capabilities. Once you have this map, you can make incredibly smart strategic decisions. You look at each capability and ask a simple question: is being world-class at this capability essential to our competitive advantage? For a company like Amazon, managed logistics is a core capability. They have to be the best in the world at it, so they invest billions to build their own unique systems. But for that same company, the capability to manage employee payroll is not a competitive advantage. It's just something they have to do. It's a commodity, so they buy an off-the-shelf payroll system. This simple distinction is the key to making the right build versus buy choice. The second key tool is the target operating model, or TOM. If a capability model helps you decide what to do, the TOM helps you plan how you're going to do it. A TOM is a detailed blueprint of how a part of the business will work in the future to deliver on its strategy. It's a holistic view that covers three main areas: the people, the processes, and the technology. What new skills will our people need? How will our business processes have to change? And what technology will we use to support all of this? A Tom answers these questions. This is especially critical when you make a buy decision. Buying a new piece of software isn't just a technology project, it's a business change project. You can't just drop the new software in and hope for the best. You need a Tom to plan how your team's roles will change, how your processes will be redesigned, and how the new technology will be integrated. The Tom is the roadmap for that change. This high-level decision has a direct impact on your day-to-day job, no matter your specialism. Chloe, as a software engineer, you will almost always be working on projects the company has strategically decided to build. Knowing this helps you understand the importance of your work. The company is investing millions in your team because it believes you can create something unique that it can't buy. Tom, as a business analyst, you are critical to making this decision correctly. You'll be the one creating the capability models and designing the target operating models that guide the business. Aisha, for you as a future IT consultant, this is a core competency. Businesses will pay a lot of money for an expert to help them make this decision. This is how you provide strategic value. Ben, as a data analyst, your work provides the objective facts. Your analysis of costs, benefits, and risks is what allows leaders to make a decision based on evidence, not gut feeling. And for Liam and Maya, our network and cyber specialists, this decision defines your technical challenge. A build project requires you to design and secure something brand new. A buy project requires you to become an expert in integrating and securing a third-party system within your company's walls. Both are complex, but very different challenges. Let's put this all together in a real-world scenario. A company is growing fast, and their sales team is drowning in spreadsheets. They need a CRM. First, the leadership team does a capability analysis. They quickly agree that while managing customer relationships is vital, it's not their secret sauce. Their competitive advantage is the unique product. Therefore, the capability is a commodity. The strategic decision is clear: buy a market-leading CRM. But the work doesn't stop there. They assign a business analyst to create a target operating model for the new system. The BA works with the sales team to define the future state. For people, they identify the need for a new role to administer the CRM and plan a training program. For process, they map out the new, standardized sales workflow. And for technology, they plan how the CRM will connect to other systems. The capability model helped them make the right choice, and the Tom provided the roadmap to make that choice a success. Okay, it's your turn to think like a strategist. This is a portfolio task that will allow you to demonstrate your understanding of these high-level principles in a very concrete way. I want you to choose a piece of software that your company uses. It could be the HR system, the finance software, or a custom tool your team has built. Your task is to write a concise, one-page, build versus buy analysis for it. First, identify the business capability that the software supports. Second, make an argument. Is this a core capability that makes your company special, or is it a commodity capability that everyone has? Third, based on that, state the decision. Did your company make the right choice? And finally, provide a brief justification. This document is a perfect piece of evidence. It shows an assessor that you can apply strategic thinking to a real-world situation. Let's bring it all together. The decision to build a custom solution or buy an existing one is a fundamental strategic choice with long-lasting consequences. You now understand the core principles that guide this decision. You have been introduced to the professional tools of business architecture, like capability models and target operating models, that leaders use to bring clarity to this complex choice. This knowledge should change your perspective. When you start a new project, you can now ask the bigger questions. Why did we choose to build this? What unique capability does it give us? Or, why did we choose to buy this? This level of thinking is what elevates you. You are no longer just a specialist focused on your individual task. You are becoming a strategic advisor who understands the connection between technology and the success of the entire business. Thank you for your focus today. Go and think strategically.